speaking there, and I was blown away by how many international buyers you have. So the fact that that 30-ish% is down to 5, I mean, geez Louise, you're absolutely right. Once things open up more, think about the influx of those buyers coming through, right? So today you're in for a treat. We have David Serle, who's a RE/MAX broker, lover of all things Boca Raton, father of 3 girls, husband, brother, and sports fan. Welcome, David.
Welcome. Oh, that's me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you very much for coming on. This is really exciting. And, you both of you are amazing, and the things that you do for the real estate industry and for your clients are great.
Well, right back at you, David. I know we both have hearts of service, right? You volunteered for your association, and I know you're just really in it. So share us a little bit about yourself. What's your story?
So my story starts with nepotism. I actually had, it's crazy, but I got in the title business a long, long time ago, back in 97, 98, somewhere in there. And my dad owned a title company and law firm, and I had to really plead with him to work with him at the time. And I just kind of worked my way up, got my real estate license in 2002.
We're so excited to have you on the show. And oftentimes, they'll say, hey, Alexa, hey, Cheryl, like, what are the different locations? Like, where should we consider the pros and the cons? And that's really where the show kind of was born from, right? So we're so pumped to have you, so you can kind of shed the light on Boca Raton area, et cetera. So would love to hear more about your location.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, Boca Raton, I think it originally got its, a little publicity, good publicity through Seinfeld, and everyone kind of perceived, this is 25 years ago, perceived Boca Raton to be, like a cemetery village, or it was all older people and all these other different things. And boy, has it morphed into much more than that. Certainly, our average age has gone significantly down. I looked at the last 30 days of, just talking about the market itself, the last 30 days of closings, our average sale price went up from 400,000 to 832,000.
So when you're saying about 1,100 people coming in, are they full-time people? Are they people that are relocating? What are you seeing?
We're seeing a lot more full-time than we ever had before. A lot more decisions are being made a lot quicker. So where someone said, you know what, I'm going to retire in 10 years, maybe I'll buy something in 3-4 years and rent it out until retirement and go through the succession plan. They're going, no, let me buy now before prices continue to rise and rent now. So yeah, there are second homeowners, there are people making plans, but most of the plans are not around necessarily investments or long-term rentals or those kind of things. There are some flippers and developers that have taken over the area as well, but it's mostly primary residence, and it's mostly, second home with the objective to get to, relocating. So when you're looking at, your families or such, and they're coming down here, and they're looking for a good public school system, Boca is consistently ranked in the top, of the state public school system. So, we also have tons of, private schools as well that are, world renowned and such. But, if you're looking at a public school system, they're choosing Boca all the time.
So talk to us a little bit about the climate. And how many seasons do you have there, David?
We have one season, literally one. And occasionally it gets a little cooler, and then it gets a little hotter. But, if you wanted to say, if we had 2 to 3 days a year under 40 degrees, that's probably about it.
So I don't need my parka?
No, you do not need your
no
parka.
boots with the fur or anything like
Unless
that?
you went into the ice bar, then you might need your parka. But,
Okay, I'm gonna come visit. You could take me to the ice bar.
Absolutely, let's do it. Those didn't make it, but we have not seen any damage or that was huge to blowing down a house or anything crazy thing like that.
So when you talked about the average sales price in Boca, what does that actually get you? What are we looking for? Square footage? Is it a house? Is it a townhome?
And I just looked in the last 30 days, right? So I looked at the last 30 days of closings that were, part of the problem is this. So I'm going to give you, it's 832,000. The average is 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,100 square feet. So, can you buy homes that are 500,000 and under? Absolutely, all day long. And they'll be 3, 2.5, 2,100 square feet. But in the more desirable areas, they tend to be $1.5 million, $2 million. So a lot of those houses have gone significantly up, certainly in the last 6 months to 8 months. So when you're looking at it, I don't see of any time, looking at it, projecting it. No economists are saying, hey, this is going to stop soon. I just don't see it right now.
I mean, that's super interesting. I'm starting to learn more about like Southern Florida and the buyers and the landscape of there. I was actually at an event in Fort Lauderdale, and the CEO of, I think, the Miami Association of Realtors.
Teresa?
Yeah, she was speaking there, and I was blown away by how many international buyers you have. So the fact that 30-ish% is down to 5, I mean, geez Louise, you're absolutely right. Once things open up more, think about the influx of those buyers coming through, right? Unless they're going elsewhere. I have no idea, but truly no one really knows. But no, that's super interesting. And having about 35% cash buyers, that's really interesting as well. And I think a lot of people are just having tremendous equity in their homes.
So, yeah, you have everything. You have, people with, if you drove down in the city of Boca, you're looking at, Bentleys, Lamborghinis. You become immune to it until you go to like somewhere else where they're not as showy and flashy. I could tell you a lot of people that have come down here keep up with the Joneses. So Boca is a little bit of that. And then you have down to earth people, obviously. I equate it from old money to new money. The old money are very, very close to vest. You would never know that they're billionaires. And then, the new money, you're going to know that they have 8 cents in their savings account, but at least they have a Lamborghini. So as far as the lifestyle goes, though, yeah, it's great walking trails, biking trails. So waterfront, there's a lot of waterfront communities. They don't have homeowners association dues in most cases. They are not gated communities. So if you can imagine, looking down on maybe an aerial view, that you have canals, finger canals that are winding through to our Intracoastal. Our Intracoastal tends to be a little bit narrower than Fort Lauderdale and even up north. Lots of boats, though. It's a big boating community. It runs from 18th Street, which is our southernmost east-west street. Remember, the ocean is on the east side, the Atlantic Ocean's on our east side, so we do everything bi-directional. So, and it goes 18th Street, Palmetto Park Road, Glade, Yamato, and then Clintmore is our north. So, when you're looking at 2-axis, you have beaches off of Palmetto Park Road. That's also where the Boca Raton Resort is. It's south of there on Camino Real and A1A. So Michael Dell is putting in over $150 million into the Boca Resort, wow, which is going to have a lazy river, slides, all kinds of crazy stuff.
I want to go check that out. Please tell me when it's open. I'm going to be visiting.
About 1.5 years. In September, you were able to buy a single-family house, built in the 1960s, for somewhere around maybe $800,000-900,000, maybe $750,000 even. and you would have a dock, may or may not have a lift, may not be upgraded, but it'd have low ceilings, 8-foot ceilings or such. Now, there's nothing available less than $1.5 million. So when you're looking at waterfront and you look at buyers' behaviors, that really COVID kind of changed our perspective. That was the biggest hike or appreciation of anything that we've seen. So single family homes on those finger canals went up 200%. I mean,
Wild.
in many cases, so yeah, no. And when you talk about lifestyle, which I think this podcast is great, because when you talk about lifestyles around the country, around the world, you're looking at buyer behaviors, lifestyles changing too.